We begin with an update on Monday's major earthquake in western Japan that left at least 3 people dead and more than 200 injured. The meteorological agency is warning it's possible another big earthquake could hit in the coming days.
Frequent seismic activity is continuing in the northern part of Osaka Prefecture. Strong tremors could have raised the risk of landslides or building collapse. People in such areas are advised to watch out for further seismic activity and rain. Please stay away from dangerous areas unless it is really necessary.
The earthquake struck before 8 a.m. in northern Osaka and measured 6.1 in magnitude. On Japan's seismic intensity scale of 0 to 7, it's categorized as a 6-.
It was a violent tremor. I thought something fell from the sky.
I felt a vertical shake. I heard a loud bang.
9-year-old Dina Miyake was killed when a wall collapsed while she was on her way to school. 80-year-old Minoru Yasui was also hit by a falling wall in a different area. He was on his way to do volunteer work for a local school. 85-year-old Motochika Goto was killed after a bookshelf fell on him. Many of the injured have been taken to hospital, with the biggest number of injuries reported in the prefecture of Osaka. Authorities are also dealing with damage. Firefighters have put out 3 house fires in northern Osaka. Pipes have cracked underneath some roads and ceiling tiles fell in city halls in Osaka, Hyogo, and Nara prefectures, as well as at the terminal building of Osaka Airport. Around 1,300 people have fled to evacuation centers set up across Osaka. 100,000 homes are without gas and water outages are being reported in the northern half of Osaka. Shinkansen bullet train services in the area were suspended for hours for safety checks. All the service resumed in the afternoon, but there were numerous cancellations and delays. Local trains have also been affected, stranding thousands of passengers. Japan's nuclear regulator says no problems have been found with reactors in Fukui Prefecture. They're located to the north of the quake's epicenter. Japan's top government spokesperson says they will do everything they can to help the quake-hit areas.
The government will make an all-out effort to get the whole picture of the damage and to continue with disaster relief measures, including search and rescue. We will try to understand all the needs of the affected areas and provide necessary supplies. We're doing our best to fix damaged infrastructure.
Meanwhile, the mayor of Takatsuki has issued a statement following the death of 9-year-old Dina Miyake. Takeshi Hamada says it's regrettable the wall inside the school compound collapsed. He says city officials will be looking into the fatal case and that the city bears responsibility. Officials say they'll check all walls around schools in the city. Meanwhile, the health ministry says a hospital in northern Osaka Prefecture is making arrangements to transfer some patients out, including people in an intensive care unit. Officials say electricity, water, and gas supplies were cut at the National Cerebral and Cardiovascular Center. They also say initially the emergency generator failed to kick in, but power has since been restored. Ground Self-Defense Force vehicles are now supplying water to the hospital. The facility in Suita City has more than 600 beds, but there's still no word on whether there were any casualties, other than some minor injuries. Part of the reason for transferring patients is because of flooding from broken pipes in the building. Health officials say the prefecture has designated hospitals for these types of emergencies, and they have had not any issues. Earlier, we spoke to Kan-Woon, who is an English teacher in Osaka and was just about to board a train when the earthquake hit.
Right now, the trains just started to running again. Before that, everyone was waiting for the train to start. We're not sure if it's full service or not, but a couple of the trains started running. I've been here for maybe a couple of hours waiting for a train service. My train hasn't started running yet. When the earthquake started, I was standing on this platform waiting for my train to come. First, there was a rumble. I wasn't sure if it was an incoming train, but then it got louder, like a plane flying above. But there's no planes that flies over this station, so I felt something was off, and that's when the earthquake hit. It was really big. It was shaking left and right. It wasn't a rolling feeling. It was just shaking left and right. And then everyone was screaming and running away from the platforms to hide underneath the canopy above. But there doesn't seem to be any damage. Everything's okay. I was very calm because I knew that I was at the station, so the station is very secure and reinforced. So I was fine. I'm glad I was on the platform and not on the train, because then I would have been stuck on the train for maybe an hour or two before they let us out.
We also spoke to a seismologist from Nagoya University. We began by asking Professor Koshun Yamaoka if there's any possible link between what's happened today and the massive earthquake that struck the neighboring city of Kobe in 1995. We also asked him if there's an increased chance of a megaquake along the Nankai Trough off Japan's southeast coast.
The earthquake happened today, happened on the extension of the Hanshin-Awaji earthquake fault, but the relation to the Hanshin-Awaji is not clear at this moment. The relationship to another earthquake is not also clear. So we are worrying about Nankai earthquake, but I think there's very little connection to the Nankai earthquake at this moment.
Professor Yamaoka warns that people in the region affected by the latest quake should be wary of strong aftershocks.